is a pleasure to be with you guys today and to do this reading for you. So this is going to be simply, what is your next venture or adventure? I left it open that way. I started with adventure. That was my plan. And then I thought, oh, maybe we'll do venture. That way it could be something that you're going to do next that is not necessarily connected to skydiving or taking a trip somewhere or doing something adventurous, starting a new business or something like that. It could just be a venture. So what's your next thing? That's basically what the reading is. I do already have the piles pulled today, so we can make this go a little more quickly. On pile 1 is a falcon's eye. Some people call it a blue tiger's eye, but I prefer falcon's eye. On pile 2, not real sure. It's a green stone. It's rough cut, and I think it might be an aventurine, but I am not sure. It's just a pretty green stone. I like it. And on pile 3 is a polished amazonite. So go ahead and make your decision about which one of these piles you think is going to contain your message for today. Choose all the piles if you want to. It is entirely up to you. Always go with what your intuition is telling you, though. So just for the rundown again, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And I will not waste any more time. My subscribers know how to do pick-a cards. I do them almost exclusively on this channel. But I will put some guidelines or some tips in the description box. So if you've never done a pick-a-card reading, then that'll kind of help you choose. But the most important thing is to be very intuitive. So go ahead and make your choice. Click on the timestamp in the description box below, and that will take you directly to that point in the reading or that point in the video, and I'll see you there. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 1 for this reading, what is your next venture or adventure? These are going to be your messages. Pile 1 did have the blue falcon's eye or the blue tiger's eye, whatever you call it. I'm actually going to save these kind of oracle cards for later on. Am I? Yeah, I think. To see, let me just pull the tarot first and see what's up, and then we'll get into the oracle. Maybe that adds something additional to the message, or maybe it actually changes the message, but let's see. You did get a lot of tarot, so we're going to start there today. Got the 9 of Cups. The Lover's card. This is, well, we'll just see. The 2 of Cups. The 8 of Swords. This is a Gregory Scott tarot, by the way. 8 of Wands. 7 of Pentacles. Okay. I'm just going to, finagle these just to see if I can get them all in the screen, all on the screen. That's important, I think. All right, with the Universal Weight Tarot, I think we're going to do it. I think we can get them all on there. No, I'm sorry. This is not the Universal Weight Tarot. I didn't use them this time. I'm using the Herbal Tarot. And I also will put the tarot decks that I use and who they're by in the description box. I think that's really important to give credit to these people who make these amazing tarot cards. All right, you do have the 6 of Wands here. You have the 2 of Pentacles. You have the Empress card. And you have the 8 of Cups. Okay. You guys, this could not be any more clear to me about what your next venture or adventure is than this is. This is just so spot on here. Your next venture or adventure is marriage and family. We can try to get a timing card or some timings in here as well. But it's just so clear here. You've got lovers, you've got a new relationship, you've got this pregnant woman here, you got the Empress card, which also talks about pregnancy. So, okay, so I would say this. It's either marriage and family, or you're already married and now you are looking for the family. It's coming up. That's your next venture or adventure. It's definitely an adventure to go into relationships, to have families. That's where we do the most spiritual learning, is through relationship with other people. So congratulations, first of all. There's a couple of storylines here about this family, or starting this family thing. One is there was a lot of anxiety about it because you weren't sure if this was the right path for you, this love and marriage thing. Just weren't sure if it was the right path. Maybe you decided to go to college and to get a career first, and you kind of put the love and marriage thing on hold until you figured out your career situation. But there is a message here of something that you wanted, like maybe when you were younger, keep on knocking. It just keeps knocking, and you have to go out and pursue it. That's what the Eight of Cups talks about. It's like, if I don't do this, I feel like I will be missing something. Like, if at the end of my life, when I'm 90 years old and I'm sitting in the rocking chair on the porch, if I don't do this thing, then I will regret it. I'll regret that when I'm older. So you got to do it, okay? I think some of you, I really feel like you had some actual concerns about whether you were able to, or could you commit to this? Could you dedicate your life to family? Were you that kind of person? I feel actually a lot of anxiety about that for some of you, because you also, in addition to that Nine of Swords, which literally talks about anxiety, you talk about this Two of Pentacles. I think for a long while you were back and forth, back and forth. Can I do it? Can I do it? Some of you, I feel like, maybe even pursued a relationship, marriage and family at one time. It didn't work out. So you gave it a rest, maybe went on and did something else. Maybe then you went back to college and started working on your career. What I'm saying is, whatever your backstory is, the time is now for you guys to focus on marriage and family. And maybe that was not an option before, but it is an option now, because you got the Eight of Wands that talks about new opportunities coming in for that. So if you are a single person at this moment, please know that this is coming in. It's coming in. We're going to find out. We're going to find out when, but certainly it is imminent, or these would not be your cards today. So even if you have no relationship right now, there's one coming in for you. If you're in a relationship, even if you're having trouble conceiving right now, that is coming in for you big time. That is just where your focus is going to be for the next little bit. So let's just see what we have here. If this adds to the story or tells us anything else. You did get a lot of the fortune, the tea, what do they call them? Tea leaf fortune cards. So let's just see. You got Gong, an exciting event. Okay, so that's either one. That's meeting somebody new that you could have a long-term relationship with and start a family with. That's a marriage announcement. That's a pregnancy announcement. There's something exciting here to celebrate. Wreath, sorrow over a loss. And I feel like that's for some of you who maybe have been having trouble getting pregnant. Maybe there was a miscarriage at one time. It's okay. A lot of people, oh my God, so many people miscarry and then go on to have very happy, healthy babies. So it's okay if it was just not your time. Divine timing is always at play too. So now is the time. That's what I'm telling you. Now is the time. Box, you will receive a gift. Certainly, you will receive lots of gifts if you get married and have children, but maybe the gift is just the baby. Maybe that is a gift for you. Cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. I truly believe that. I believe that with the Eight of Cups here. This is not a total dissatisfaction with life, but it is. There's something else that I have to pursue, and if I don't, I'll regret it. And so that bit of what do you want to call it? Like that nudge from the universe that kept you what do you say? Let's put this into words. Let me use my words. Hold on just a second. Okay. that nudge from the universe that kept nagging at you, like, unless you go do this, unless you try this thing, unless you do this thing, you're always going to regret it. That nudge was what caused a bit of dissatisfaction in your life. So that's perfectly normal. We all get there, right? Or if listen, anything that's not growing is dying. That's just the way of the universe. That's the way of the world. It's the way of the natural world. You're either growing or dying. That's the two options that you have. So there's always seems to be this nudge from the universe. Like, life is great. Things happen. You have trials. You get to a place where you want to be. Things are looking good. And you feel like, oh my God, I just should be so satisfied because I have everything I want. And that is gratitude. And that is living in an attitude of gratitude. And that is absolutely the way to be. But we're here to grow. So there's almost always a nudge. Okay, don't forget about this. Try this. And if that's the case, if you're just stagnant for a long time, you start to die. So you're always growing. There's always that nudge. So welcome the dissatisfaction is what I'm trying to say, because it does carry you into the next thing that you're meant to experience here on earth. The last tea leaf fortune card that you got is Table. Hard work ahead. That is a given. Relationships are hard work. Families are hard work, but it is one of the most rewarding things that you will do in your life. Of course, you know that, or you would not be so adamant about pursuing that. That would not be coming back around if you did not know that. So for these cards here, I really basically just asked what words of wisdom do you have for pile 1, or what messages do you have? So we will also just take these as they come. With the Sacred Traveler, you got passion and pleasure, savor your life. That I love. That is one of my favorite cards in the Sacred Traveler. And you also have surrendering to the journey, release control. Definitely, when you have children, there's so much you can't control in a situation with that. There's so much that you literally are out of control of. You're only in control of yourself. You cannot control other people. So I feel like that might have been some of this anxiety for some of you. Your life is happy, it's pleasant, you're doing things that you can control. You start adding all these dimensions to it. To you, it seemed out of control. This is a message of it's okay for you not to have control over everything. It's okay. Release control. Enjoy your life. This is going to be a pleasurable experience for you, even though it's going to be hard work too. It is going to be at least some of the juice of your life. Not all of it, but at least some. Okay. Drum, dream and journey. Again, for those of my singles who just don't even have a person in your life, now is a good time to beat that drum of that desire that you have had that has been dormant for a while. Go ahead and beat that drum. Bring that desire back up to the surface. It's time for it. But this also talks about being very clear, or getting very clear about what you want. So, yeah, so just get very clear about it right now, because this is all imminent. And then the last message that you got is from these sacred animals. You got Goose, inner knowing. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly. Again, I think that's just a message from the universe that you got this. You are going to be a good parent. You are going to be a good mate. You are going to be a good family man or a good family woman. You do have this in you. You can do this, and it's going to bring so much joy and pleasure to your life. Even if there's anxiety around it, move through the fear. Even though you may be afraid, listen, we're all afraid at one time or another, but just be brave and move through the fear. And also reach out to your friends. It does take a community to raise a child, so a village. So definitely reach out to your friends when you need them. All right, that's all I have for pile 1. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 2 for your next adventure or venture reading, these are going to be your messages. And pile 2 did have that rough cut green stone that I think is an Aventurine on it, but I am not sure. I'm going to save these oracle for the last, and I'm going to pull the tarot first. I have a couple of tarot cards here today. I am using the Herbal Tarot and the Gregory Scott Tarot, and I'll put that information in the bottom in the description box. So if you want to get these cards, I'll tell you all about them in the description box. All right, with the Gregory Scott Tarot, you have the High Priestess, you have the Two of Swords, you have the Eight of Cups, you have the Ten of Swords, with the Herbal Tarot, not Herbal Craft, but Herbal Tarot, you got the Knight of Cups, the Chariot card, and the Page of Pentacles. What is your next venture or adventure? You know what? You guys are going to school. You guys are going to college. You guys are getting some kind of education, whether it's a certification, maybe not college, like a trade school, a certification. The education is, there are a couple hints actually here about what the education is about. Some of you want to be psychologists. You want to be people who help people with their problems, like a therapist or a psychologist or something like that. Some of you are into building stuff. Some of you are into traveling, like travel, a certification to be a travel agent. I don't know if those people are certified or not. Or the tourism industry is important to you. You want a degree in tourism. Whatever it is, that is the next venture or great adventure for you. And I will say this. There's some push and pull. There's some push and pull here. You got that in 2 cards. You got this Two of Swords. You got it in the Chariot. You want to do this. You want to pursue this degree. You want to go to school. I feel like maybe you're young, because I do see this Knight of Cups here as a young man who is offering you something in the way of relationship. You may even already be in this relationship. And it's good. There's nothing wrong with the relationship. However, you want to take time out to do this education thing. Does that mean that you have to move away? Maybe. Does it mean taking time away from the relationship? Undoubtedly. I feel like maybe even this person that you're in a relationship with is not that crazy about you taking the time away to pursue this thing. And I also say this, whatever this is, this education thing that you're doing, it's a soul pursuit. There is spiritual. I mean, some of you may even be pursuing a degree in religion or a divinity degree or something like that, world religions, or I don't know. But there is a spiritual element in it, which to me means it is part of your destiny. It is part of why you're here on this earth. This education is going to help you fulfill your purpose here on this earth. So that's what that means to me. This relationship, I feel, is like, it's like almost a push and pull thing. Like you feel like it's an either or they feel like it's an either or. Because this Two of Swords means you have to make a decision. You don't really want to look at it. But here's the message: use your intuition. There's a couple of messages, actually. Both of these are about intuition. You have to use your intuition on this one. But there's also this strength, this determination that you have here, this willpower that will keep you moving forward toward your goal, toward your destiny. You know what your purpose here is on this earth, I think, or at least you have some inkling of what your purpose is here on this earth. And you know that this is part of that pursuit and you have to do that. This relationship, here's what I'll say about this. If this is the right person for you long term, if this is the person that you are intended to be with, he or she will understand. They will be understanding about you taking this time out to pursue this degree. This is what? 2 to 4 years, depending on if it's a trade school or if it's a degree. It's 2 to 4 years. Relationships potentially are a lifetime, okay? Definitely, you know, the one that you're intended to be with would be a long-term relationship, maybe not a lifetime, but a long-term one. 2 to 4 years is a drop in the bucket compared to what you want, or what a lot of people want in a relationship, which is it's more stable than that. It's more long-term than that, even if it's not forever. I mean, I'm not sure anything is forever. I think those old views of relationships and marriage and all that may be a little bit outdated. But at least long term, you want something solid. So if this is the right person, fear not. They will stick around for you to do this because they know they love you and they know it is a part of your destiny. And it's something that you have to do. I'm going to get the tea leaf fortune cards here and see what they have to say. 4-leaf clover, great good fortune. That is fantastic. Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Okay, just be mindful of that. Bell, an announcement. Okay, I feel like this has to do with your college. I feel like this has to do with getting into this school. This great good fortune. The announcement is about you getting in, you being accepted, whatever that is. That not only is a part of your destiny, I feel like it's going to be a part of your financial future. I feel like it brings you not only good luck, but also good money. I'm going to get some cards. I'm going to pull some cards on this rooster to see who this is, this arrogant person is. Just to be sure, I think I have an inkling, but I want to be sure who this arrogant person is. Show me the rooster. Who's the rooster? Show me the rooster here. Who's the rooster? Okay, that's very clear. It's the lover. It's this guy, this woman, man, woman, whatever it is. It's the lover. So here's what I'll say about that. I can say this because I don't know you. I don't know your situation. Here's the message. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Is that somebody you really want to be involved with? Okay, arrogant, that's maybe just a little bit of a character flaw that you could overlook. Boastful, a lot of people are pretty boastful sometimes. But somebody that you should not cross? I don't know. Again, only you know what your relationship is like. Only you know if it's worth salvaging or if it's worth asking this person to wait as you do this thing, or if it's really something that you really need to walk away from it to pursue that which you really, really desire. That is going to be up to you. It's going to be individual. And I feel like maybe that's some of the Two of Swords situation, not wanting to face that. Like if I go do this, I have to leave this relationship behind. And that's hard. It's always been very hard for me to cut people out of my life. I've had to do it on many, many occasions, but it's not easy. That doesn't make it easy. So I get it. I feel like your future lies here, but only you can determine that. Follow your intuition. Follow the calling of your soul. When your soul is calling you in one direction, I would always move in that direction. That's just my personal words of advice. You have to do what is best for you. But let's see. For these cards, these oracles, I really just asked for additional messages or words of wisdom, whichever wanted to come through. And for the Sacred Traveler, you got finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. Again, listening to that call of spirit, the call of the soul. What direction do you need to go into? Staying focused to hold the course, very much connected to this card right here. Once you make your decision, do not let anything stand in your way. Stay the course. With the Angels and Ancestors Oracle, you got Animal Guardian, another message, trust your instincts. That is loud and clear. You have to follow the soul in this particular decision that you have to make. And for your final message from the Spirit of the Animals, you got Snow Leopard, self-reliance. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. Again, with the intuition. Big, big, big message here of following your intuition. And that's a beautiful card. Snow Leopard. Those are gorgeous, aren't they? Wow. All right. I think that's very clear. That's all I have for pile 2s. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 3, these are going to be your messages. Pile 3 did have the Amazonite on it. Beautiful Amazonite. So I'm going to save the oracle for a little bit later. Got several of them, actually. I do want to say this. I don't know how this is going to play out, but I had the hardest time with this particular pile. Like, nothing felt right. The cards would come out, and I was like, nope, that doesn't feel right. Nope, that doesn't feel right. So I don't know how that's going to play into this, but let's see. All right, so this is a reading about your next venture or adventure. Let's see what we have here. Knight of Pentacles. This is Gregory Scott Tarot. Queen of Wands. 7 of Cups. The Hermit. King of Cups. The Moon. Interesting. Water energy, fire energy. It's the only major arcana, so I'm going to put that in the middle. Interesting. Okay. The Herbal Tarot, you have the High Priestess. Intuition. A lot of watery intuition message in this. 7 of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. What's your next venture or adventure? Oh, this is a major arcana. All right, let's start there because that's kind of the most important. Lots of people in your reading too. Why so many people? Sevens, spiritual. Okay. Okay. I get it. All right. This is your next venture or adventure is a spiritual journey. Got the moon here, all about intuition, all about moving forward in a direction that's kind of murky. You can't see everything. This woman, high priestess, gateway to the spiritual, blindfolded. There's definitely a message here of you don't see the whole staircase when it comes to your next venture or adventure. It is very spiritual. Hermit, spiritual card. High priestess, feminine spirituality. Intuition, moon, intuition. I feel like you're being called upon actually to learn some spiritual something, to become this is a performer, and don't take that literally. Who is that? Is that like Nostradamus or somebody? Maybe Shakespeare. I don't know who that is on the wall. This is very, very much a theater. But that's not what we're talking about here. This guy's speaking too. And this one down here has turned away. Okay. This is deep. You guys are deep. I don't know if I've told my story. I'm sure I have on this channel about my background, my spiritual background. My father was a minister, and I grew up in the church. I went to church every, Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesday night for the first 17 years of my life. And then after I knew that I didn't believe that from a very early age. There was just so much of it I just couldn't buy into. After I, left home and rebelled and did all my, teenage stuff, and I had started having a family, then I started looking into my spirituality, and I went to all the Christian churches to see where I fit in from that, where I fit in, like from Catholic all the way down to evangelical. I went to them all, and I just did not fit in there. And then my sister gave me a book, Many Lives, Many Masters by Brian L. Weiss. A lot of people who, New Age people and spiritual people, know about Brian L. Weiss and this book, because it is about past life regression. I read that book and something just clicked with that. So from there, I started studying and finding my own spiritual path. I started studying. I was invited to a psychic fair. Things started opening up. And though it was very, very uncomfortable at first, because that all this stuff is of the devil as far as Christians are concerned, or a lot of Christians are concerned, certainly as far as my dad was concerned. So it was very hard to overcome that, to pursue things, to even open up to new things. So it was like a little bit at a time that I was opening up to spirituality, and these things started happening. And I started talking to people who were more spiritually based, less religious based, and learning a little bit at a time. This is what this reminds me of. You have a calling, my friend, a spiritual calling. It's about turning your back on the traditional wisdom, spiritual teachings, or whatever it is. And that's going to be individual. It's whatever it is to you, like whatever background you have, whatever you've been taught up to now. I don't know. You're actually being called upon to turn your back on it, to leave that behind, and to go out in pursuit of your own spiritual knowledge, whether that's going to an ashram in India, or going to Tibet, or going to Newgrange in Ireland, or the Stonehenge in Scotland, or going to the library. Whatever that is, you're being called to discover and uncover, or whatever, I don't know, uncover and discover your spiritual gifts. First of all, what you believe in spiritually, and then your spiritual gifts, so that you can share them with the world. Spiritual teacher, for sure. That's definitely what's happening here. And I don't know how you teach that. You don't necessarily have to teach it up in front of people like this. You can do it like this through a podcast or through a YouTube channel or whatever it is. But whatever it is that you're learning, you are definitely being called to take that out into the world and to show other people about it. There are a lot of people in this reading, and I feel like it's a collective. You got the cups, you've got the pentacles, you've got the wands. What's missing? The swords, as far as the people are concerned. Okay, here's why. Swords are about ideas and about thought. It's about thoughts, ideas, problems, conflicts, those kind of things. You're the sword. You are gaining the knowledge. You're the one with the ideas that will gain the knowledge and the ideas to share with the world, young and old, people of all walks of life, single, married, all of them. I mean, people who are open to what you're doing, people who are not open to what you're doing, you are going to just take that out into the world and share it. So I will say this, there's also a little bit of a message here of solitude, because we have the Hermit card, which is a solitary figure. The High Priestess is a solitary figure. The Queen of Pentacles is the single queen. She's like the single, very well off and has money and nothing, no worries in the material realm, but is alone. She is doing it alone. That doesn't mean she doesn't have kids. She can be a single mother, but she's on her own, and sometimes wishes for a mate. And so you see this queen is turned away from the King of Cups, the love man, right? Love and family, turned away from it to do this. Okay, I don't necessarily feel like that you have to turn your back on love to be able to do this, but I think you might have to be able to turn your back on love or to walk away from it for a period of time to be able to do this. This king, this is a great king. If you're already in this relationship, he gets it. He's okay with it. Go, do it. He's fine. If you're not in this relationship, there's a message here of this. It's not going to be this way forever. You don't have to be alone forever. You don't have to be a nun or a priest or a monk that retreats from the world long term, forever and ever and ever, to go on this spiritual journey and turn their back on earthly things like romance. You don't have to do it forever. It's for a season. It's for a time. That message wanted to come out loud and clear. You're being called upon, though, to, if you don't already have speaking skills, go get them. Go to Toastmasters here in the United States. That's a great place to learn speaking skills. Go to, like radio school or whatever you need to do. In other countries, I'm not sure what options are available, maybe even just YouTube, and or just practicing in front of a mirror. Whatever you need to do, you are going to have to be able to present in some way to people. So definitely work on those skills. This devil here, this Knight of Pentacles with the devil behind the woman and the money. Knights are actually bringing things into your life, but this kind of almost indicates a focus too much on money. This woman is turning away from this for a reason, because I feel like the path is spiritual here. And I do, historically, you've had to give up earthly things like romance and money to be able to pursue this path. And I think that's why Spirit wanted me to give you this message loud and clear. You don't have to give up on it forever, but for right now, you're being asked to focus on this. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Let's start with the tea leaf fortune cards. Oh, we got happiness. That's what your reading is about. It's about happiness. It's about finding joy in your soul and being able to share that with the world. Okay, so chair empty, someone leaving your life. I'm gonna let you interpret that. I guess it could be like if you go pursue this, that some of your friends fall away. Some of you, if you don't have a good relationship, that's not this man. This is a good relationship. This King of Cups, he's good at it. He's the best. He's gonna let you do this. He's not gonna think a thing about it. But some of you who are not as lucky to be in those kind of solid relationships might have to leave a relationship behind to go pursue that. But please know anything that you have to give up is for your highest good. That's just the way it is. Dog barking, advice from a friend. Great. I love that. Maybe you can talk to some people about this before you go out to pursue this, just to get clear about it. Of course, the message is follow your intuition big time. Follow the calling of the soul big time. That's the message. But of course, we're still here on earth having an earthly life. Definitely reach out to your friends and talk this over with them. All right, for the sacred traveler, you got 4. Grounding, go deep, explore your roots. I think that goes back to this. Turning your back on traditional, the way you were traditionally brought up. That's going to be different for all of you, right? Because we're all from different places. We have different backgrounds. Religion is different for us, or conventional spiritual teachings are different for all of us depending on where we are in the world. So you have to go deep and explore your roots to be able to figure out what parts of this do not resonate with you and what you can't live with, and what does spirituality mean to you now. Okay, joy and delight. Open your heart with joy. Okay, so that's 2 messages. You got joy and you got happiness there. Faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. I do feel like this takes you out into the world. Taking shelter. The answers are within. That is very connected to this Hermit card here. It's almost the same message. You're going within to find spiritual answers that you yourself can use, and then you take it out into the world. But listen, whatever this spiritual thing is that you find, it is filled with joy and happiness, and it opens your heart up to that again. Maybe you were even closed off before, and this pursuit, this path that you're on right now, leads you to internal peace and happiness, and that is beautiful, and that's something you're going to be able to share with other people. You got a card of wintertime. Take care of your needs. Kind of, again, goes along with this Hermit, going within, taking care of your needs. This may be a timing card. It may say that this will last through the winter, or this going within and finding the answers will last through the winter, and then when the spring comes, you will come out. Oh my gosh, you got shaman, trust in higher forces. Definitely shaman energy here. What I say about being a teacher, you take it out to the world, you show it to other people. I feel like this is a winter time thing that you're doing here. Once winter is over, maybe in March or whatever, this period of study and contemplation is over, and then you go out into the world and you can take your vision out into the world. But if it's not actually a winter time, if that's not a timing card, it is just a message of this thing that you're doing here, this spiritual thing that you're doing is more, it's more than just the element of you teaching. It's also for you. It is also to take care of your needs and to feed your soul. All right, and the final message that you have is Loon, intuitive. Isn't that hilarious? That's what we're saying here. Intuition. You've got spiritual gifts, big time, my friend. Listen to the song in your soul. Again, trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. That could not sum this reading up anymore. That is absolutely right. This next venture for you is a spiritual path that you are on. Some of it is through the winter. Some of it is maybe a little bit longer than that. It just is. You have spiritual gifts. You are a spiritual leader, and you're being called to be a spiritual leader, but you have to figure out your message first. You find it within you, and then you shine the light for other people. You are a shaman, my friends, or you will become one after this period of growth and learning and study. There's a lot of study in it, and that's going to be different for you. Faraway places, you might actually go somewhere to study, or you, like I said, you can get it through books, and then this, whatever this is that you learn, takes you out to faraway places. Wow, you guys are amazing. All right, that's all I have for pile threes. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care.